Hey everybody, Aaron here from Comic Booked, and today I want to go over the new books from this week. A little bit late getting them done, but better late than never, right? First up this week, and this would be for February the 8th, 2023, new comics that are out. You still have a chance at most local comic shops to get in there and pick up books before the new ones come out again this coming Wednesday. So check them out. I got the first issue of The Finder from Bad Idea. Pretty cool cover, Um, really interesting, creepy looking with the house and all that stuff. Christus Gage is the writer on this. Really cool story. Um, and it's a half and half. So there's a twofer in the book. So you got The Finder, which was funny. The first time I saw it, I thought of that Family Guy episode, The Finder Outer, in the TV show they watch. Anyway, but The Finder, pretty cool. It's about a world with superheroes, and there are kind of the ground crew who support the superheroes, and one of them they call the Finder, and her ability is to be able to find people by looking or feeling or touching something that means a lot to them, and she's kind of drawn to their location. So that was pretty cool. Really neat story. I don't know if this is the only issue or not, but I'll be interested to see if they do more with that story. And the second one was just kind of an interesting little story called Burger Time, and it was about a mom and pop that had a little a diner burger place in the middle of nowhere. And this TV crew shows up, and they're like, "Yeah, you get the best burger in the whole world and the country and whatever, and we want to make a show and blah blah blah." And within a couple days, people are just pouring in, and it was more than the two of them can keep up with. And then a couple weeks later, they got a drive through, and they're open late and all this stuff. And he's working himself to the bone trying to get things done, and it's just kind of a weird story. So, but interesting. So yeah, it's the newest release from Bad Idea. Um, so yeah, new out this week from Image is a book called Monarch, which has an interesting cover on the front and then kind of a weird hex pattern on the back. I just knew I wanted to pick this one up. I didn't really know what it's about, but this was out new this week. I did pick up the variant cover for Static Shadows of Dakota number 1. That's a cool cover of Static Shock, and it has the Milestone universe is coming back to DC. So this is it's pretty interesting. I think there's an introduction of maybe a new character there too. So I did pick up. Let's see here. Daredevil number 8, and I'm still catching up on this series. I'm behind on it. I need to get back into it and see what's going on. But it looks like Elektra Daredevil fighting the Hand. So yeah, and then there's Daredevil fighting the Punisher. So interesting. Amazing Spider-Man number 19 is out. Looks like Spidey and Black Cat teaming up for the worst date ever. And guest creators Joe Kelly and Terry and Rachel Dodson bring you the worst date ever. So just in time for Valentine's Day. Darkland number 2. I think did I read this one last? Oh yeah, I read this. This was good. Really an interesting story so far. So I want to see where this goes. It's kind of a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and there's the main character is this kind of bounty hunter person. It looks really good. So this is issue 2. I'll let you know how it is. Um, Family Time number 3 came out from Ablaze, and I haven't read 1 and 2 yet, but I do want to read this one. Just has some neat artwork. Another one I'm catching up on slowly. The Flash 792, 1 Minute War, Part 3. And I think I missed the 1 Minute War book, so I'm going to make a note of that. I've been making notes on issues that I'm missing. So let me see. That's Flash, 1 Minute War. I think it's a one shot. So I'll pick that up. I always keep a little piece of paper as I'm sorting my comics, and I go, oh, shoot, I'm missing that one issue. Star Wars The High Republic, number 5, and I think I'm missing a couple of these too. So I put in my pull, like some of these I'm like, oh, and a book on the shelf I forgot to add to my pull list, and so I add it later. But then by the time it kicks in on my pull, it seems like sometimes it's 2 months later before it kicks in, so I miss a couple issues. I did get All Against All #3. Again, I haven't read this one, but it looks pretty interesting. Batman 132. Pretty neat cover. Selena Kyle there with Bruce Wayne, and then in the background, Batman and Catwoman. I got the Fantastic Four Disney variant. This is actually Disney. What if Mickey and friends were exposed to cosmic rays there on the back? So, but this is Fantastic Four #19. I picked up Alien #6. This is supposed to introduce a new type of xenomorph, a new evolution or something. Kind of a creepy female looking weird. I don't know. Following in the footsteps of how many stars who have tried to make a comic book about themselves or about one of their characters, but most recently and probably most famously, Keanu Reeves with his Berserker series. We have from Whatnot Publishing the first issue of The Exiled, Wesley Snipes. So I'll have to read this, see what it is. He's got some weird cyberpunk looking stuff going on his arm there, some kind of enhancement stuff. He's got a big gun there next to his head. So I don't know. Looks interesting. I'll let you know if I continue getting it or not. Another new one from Boom Studios. This is it's Harrower #1. Looks pretty cool. Although kind of looks like another Grim Reaper type story, like Grim from Boom, but I think this is a different take on the whole thing. It looks more like a horror story, and it is Justin Jordan and Brom Revel that are bringing this out. So I always like Justin Jordan stuff. Brom Revel I'm not real familiar with, so we'll see. I also picked up Joe Fixit #2. A little story from history here when Spidey and Spidey met Joe Fixit out in Vegas when Joe Fixit was a personality of the Hulk after he got blasted by another gamma bomb. Everybody thought he was dead. He shows up in Las Vegas, no longer green, now very gray and very intelligent and very intelligible. And he dresses like a gangster and he's a bodyguard for this guy, the mobster out there in Vegas. So it's kind of an interesting story. One more that I picked up. Issue 4 came out this week of Gospel. I don't think I've read #1, and I was able to go back and get issue 2. I still need to get issue 3. So it looks pretty interesting. The cover is really cool. The back cover is kind of a Renaissance type artwork. But yeah, I don't know. I'll let you know about that one too. So just some neat stuff to take a look at and pick up. I'm getting into some of the Bad Idea books to start reading through those. So maybe I'll do a video to review some of those, tell you what's going on with those. Other than that, that was all I picked up this week. I know there was an Avengers book. There was a few other various books that I don't normally get. Let me know in the comments what you read, what you're picking up that I'm not picking up. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave me some comments and likes. I really appreciate that. All right. Well, thanks for watching and go read more comics.